Are you ready to become the gods and goddesses that you are? Tonight on Comics Explained, we're going to break down the powers of Thor and apply them to our everyday lives. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. One of the mightiest and strongest superheroes there are is Thor, the god of thunder. Actually, he's the god of lightning, but that's a story for another time, right? But Thor wields the power of a god, and there's a lot of meaning behind the character of Thor. He's so powerful, and he could control electricity. He actually has powers of electromagnetism, and they call him the god of thunder. But this power, right, is within the ether, right? Within the ether of where we exist in the universe. So he is very powerful, and he wields Mjolnir, right? The hammer. A lot of you know the hammer, but Mjolnir is a very special weapon that only Thor or whoever is worthy can wield. And in order to lift the hammer, it's not that it's so heavy, but you must be worthy in order to lift the hammer. And we hear this phrase, right? With great power comes great responsibility. You must be worthy in order to lift the hammer. And, you know, when you have this great power, you need to use it for the good of humanity. And, you know, that whole concept of Mjolnir is very powerful to make sure that you are wielding the power responsibly. And Mjolnir is a very important weapon. You see, the hammer can both destroy and build. And that's what we're going through right now. We're going through the destruction of the old, and Mjolnir will be able to break it apart. And then, after we go through the destruction of the old, then we build back up. And when we build with the hammer, it serves both roles. The destruction of the old and building the new. And Thor, he has powers even beyond Mjolnir. And there was a time, and I shared this with you during Ragnarok, where Thor didn't have his hammer. And he was upset. He went to his father, and his father reminded him who he was. It's a very powerful message. And, you know, he thought he wasn't so powerful because he didn't have Mjolnir. And he said, son, you're not the god of hammers. You're the god of thunder. Again, technically the god of lightning and electromagnetism. But that's something else. But the moral of the story is that Thor had the power within him all along. Thor always had the power, and he realized this, and then he was able to pull lightning into his body and use the lightning and defeat and just charge up his body and defeat the enemy without the hammer itself. But when you take, a lot of times I talk about vibrational synchronization or amplifying abilities, amplifying your power. When Thor works together with Mjolnir, the power is unstoppable, and you become such a powerful being. And in this comic, Thor kills another person known as, or a being known as, Galactus. And those that aren't familiar with comic books in the Marvel Universe, Galactus is the devourer of worlds, right? He's not like human size like us. He eats worlds, basically. He takes energy from planets because he's tremendous, right? So Thor, even though he might be this small, he was able to take down and kill Galactus in this one by himself. There are so many stories that are embedded within the superheroes: resiliency, overcoming obstacles, realizing your own power, building up and destroying, right? A weapon can be used for both. So all of these stories, they're reminding you who you are. And there's very important symbolism behind Thor, right? They call him Thor Odinson, right? Odin's son. He went to talk to his father. Father was in the comics, Odin was the god of gods. He was the top. Thor, Odin's son, the son of God. And that's the character of Thor. So there's many different concepts that are all built in there, but you could take any one of these concepts. Synergy, right? Working. Not externalizing your power, but then also working together with something else. The power lies inside of you. And that was displayed during Ragnarok when Thor pulled the lightning right into his body. And he was able to defeat the enemy, right? In this comic book story, he was able to defeat an enemy where teams of superheroes can't even take him down, right? Some of you know the Fantastic Four. Usually the Fantastic Four take on Galactus, right? And others as well. But in this one, Thor is able to kill Galactus, and he embeds Mjolnir right into him. Boom! The end. So there's great power. There's great power inside of you. With great power comes great responsibility. Are you worthy? Of course you are. But only you can realize your worthiness. And when you become worthy, you're able to lift the hammer. We all lift the hammer together. We're all worthy. But that's the checks and balances of the universe, right? God doesn't give out power to just anyone. You have to show that you're worthy. You need to show that you're authentic. The greatest power in the universe, right? The scale of vibrational consciousness, the highest level is authenticity. When you're authentic, you'll be able to wield Mjolnir. You'll be worthy. So all of these stories, they're great superheroes, but these stories are actually about us. What aspects of Thor are represented and are part of your everyday life? Why don't you let me know in the comments? What do you think about this superhero Thor? Do these different characteristics, are they a representation of you? And as always, all of these traits lie dormant within our DNA. We just need to realize who we are. Unlock the DNA gifts. Unlock your superhero abilities. Epigenetics are the genes turned on or off. Each and every one of you have a superhero gene. And I hope that this message helps you realize that you will become the person that you came here to be. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Bring me Thanos! Tremendous energy there, right? He was even able to lay a tremendous blow at Thanos during Infinity War. But each superhero has different characteristics, and they're all a representation of who you are, and they will all help you become the person that you came here to be. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious to your Thor-like abilities that lie within your DNA. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. That's what he is, guys. He's the god of electromagnetism. He's not the god of thunder, right? The lightning bolt, right, goes down. Then the thunder comes from the lightning bolt, but he's actually shooting the light. Never mind. Must be the science teacher in me. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. We are the 144,000 warriors of the rainbow. It is time to take back control of our everyday lives. You're worthy. Wield the hammer. Take back control of your everyday life. Realize your true power. You will become the person that you came here to be. Hope that this message was helpful for all of you. Have a great day. Namaste.